Can you tell us something about the atmosphere of this stadium? Like what can we expect?
Yeah, I think it's sort of similar to at the arena.
Similar.
Yeah, of course. Like it's loud, it's jumpy. Yeah, you're just gonna have to wait and see tomorrow and make the comparison for yourself. Really.
It is nice, right?
Yeah, it's nice. It is very nice atmosphere.
Cool, thanks. Dan voor Alfred. Alfred, er moet wel heel veel misgaan. Morgen wil het Ajax niet Europa League gaan spelen.
Het is wel mooi dat je rustig gaat.
Ja, zo. AT5.
Ja, dat is heel mooi.
Maar,
Nee, klopt.
toch? Maar heb je dat gevoel ook? Dat je denkt, ja, hoe groot is die kans nou dat Ajax geen Europa League speelt?
Nee, maar nee, tuurlijk, dat is ook zo. Alleen wij moeten ons focussen op onze teamprestatie. En daar zijn we mee bezig.
Ja. We vroegen ons nog af van AT5, ben je eigenlijk een beetje van het reizen? Vind je dat mooi, die uitduels?
Nee, natuurlijk is dat prachtig. Als je het stadion ziet, is het fantastisch. En dat heb je denk ik met iedere uitwedstrijd. En ja, dat had je vroeger denk ik ook als kleine jongen. Vond je het ook mooi om naar de uitwedstrijden te gaan of buitenland te gaan. En dat hebben we nu ook.
Ja, ga je dan ook nog een beetje sightseeing? Dat soort
Nee.
kijken?
Nee, dat is al minder geworden.
Maar ook geen tijd voor, toch?
Nou ja, het is wel tijd, maar je kunt altijd tijd maken. Maar het gaat om de belangrijkheid ervan.
Nou, veel plezier morgen.
Dankjewel.
Yes. So, do you enjoy the travelling, coming to when it comes to the away matches? Yes, I do. And the stadium here is fantastic. And just as a little boy, you feel the excitement of travel. And of course, we enjoy travelling here. And the next question was, do you want to go sightseeing? Not really. That's not really what I've come for. It is we've come for the match.
Thank you. Ik denk dat dat was van de Nederlandse journalist. Ja.
Calvin, can I just ask you, you've obviously played against your old teammates over in Holland. What do you think it's going to be like playing at Ibrox in front of supporters who you're so familiar with?
I think they're going to be up for it. I mean, up for every game. The supporters are going to be up for it and wanting them to win, and it's going to be loud and jumpy, and for us it's just to remain composed and remember what we have to do because we're here on the job and we need to make sure we deliver tomorrow.
Can you allow yourself to enjoy the occasion at all and look forward to it, or are you just solely focused on getting a result first?
I don't think so. I think I've just got to focus on the game. There's obviously going to be media attention and the fans and whatnot, but for me it's just about focusing on the game and making sure I can do everything for the club to get the victory.
So.
Right, Calvin, similar kind of question to my Dutch colleague, just about the step up or the difference in levels between the two teams, maybe with the perspective of the good Rangers team that you were part of going all the way to a Europa League final. Can you explain or quantify the difference between being good and competitive in the Europa League and then trying to compete in the Champions League?
I think the Champions League, of course, is a step up. And then you see some of the teams that are in the Champions League, and it's obvious it's a step up, and you're facing opponents with more quality and more dangerous players, and physically they're a bit better as well. So yeah, you could see it from just watching it, and of course it's a step up. You know, everyone knows the history of Ajax and the players that come through and the players that are here now, and you know there's bundles of quality in the team. And, yeah.
And one for the coach, if that's okay. It's very likely that you'll qualify for the Europa League unless something very strange happens here tomorrow night. From Ajax's point of view, is that good? Is that okay, or are you still disappointed that you couldn't keep going in the Champions League? I know you sold a lot of players, and maybe this is a rebuilding phase, but from Ajax's point of view, what is third a good result for this campaign?
No, of course, if you see the pool before the draw, of after the draw, you always have the hope and the belief that you can finish with the first two. And but the reality is that it didn't work out what we hoped. And so it's now for us it's important to get to Euro League, and I think if we have that, then we have to look further.
Calvin, you many big and emotional European nights here as a Rangers player. When you look back, what are your favourite memories?
Probably the Leipzig game. Yeah, you know, it's the game that got us through to the final, so that was a very emotional one, and obviously Jimmy not being there to experience it was very emotional as well, so I have to say Leipzig game.
Calvin, a lot of Rangers
1
fans.
second, please.
Sorry, man.
So,
Calvin, enjoyed any special Richard said there. Have you said to your teammates in the dressing room just how special this place can be on a European night?
Yeah, of course. The boys knew already from obviously the Celtic and Rangers, and they sort of have an idea of what the atmosphere will be like tomorrow. So, you know, I didn't really have to say much. They sort of knew. So, yeah.
Calvin, Ajax as a club and as a supporter very proud of playing in the Ajax way, and you mentioned that you found them a bit more fluid than Rangers. How does that come to be with yourself? Do you find that you've got more freedom? Are you still allowed to go forward as much as you enjoy? And lastly, if I could just ask you a personal thing, you've always been very, very grateful to your old coaches and your family. Will they be joining you tomorrow night?
Yeah, I have some family here. Obviously, I know a lot of people here, and yeah, it'll be nice to see them. Obviously, of course, after the game, because at the end of the day, I've come here to do a job, and I've got to stay focused and not get drawn in by all the distractions outside. So yeah, I'll say hello and hi to everyone, but I think I'll save the conversations for after the game and make sure I'm focused on what the 90 minutes ahead or 95, whatever it is. And so what was the first one?
It was the playing the Ajax way. Have you found that stretches you as a player? Have you enjoyed the challenge of being under a new coach and a new system?
Yeah, of course. It's exciting. I've always wanted to learn, and you know, I'm always open to learning, and yeah, I'm proper excited and happy to be here, and just trying to take my game to the next level. And you know, I trust in all the coaching staff and the trainer, and you know, listening to them and making sure I can deliver what he wants me to out on the pitch, and that's what I try to do every day.
Calvin, a lot of Rangers fans still follow your progress really closely. What would you say is the biggest difference between playing in Scotland compared to playing in Holland, and what has that transition been like for you?
The biggest difference is probably, I think the Vizzy's like, obviously he's got more teams won, and the players, the oppositions we play against are like a step above the Scottish League, with all respect, and like they can hurt you, so you don't have a second to switch off. You always got to stay focused and make sure you're doing things right, and make sure you communicate more. And that's one thing I've had to do, learn to communicate more and sort of try to lead the back line. But we've got obviously experienced players around, experienced goalkeeper that makes your life easier as well. So.
A quick question for both gentlemen. First, Calvin, this present, you've got two nations wanting to know what it is now. You can't be two countries waiting. You need details.
Till tomorrow.
You tell tomorrow night, you'll reveal all.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
And to the coach, on a serious note, Giovanni was in speaking to us and said it's unfair to compare Rangers just now to Ajax just now, given Ajax's experience in the Champions League for recent years and the money the club has spent. Do you think he's right, or are the two clubs, the two teams, quite close, quite comparable?
In a way, I think he's right. That I think also that they lost a lot, and you can see that we sell a player from them, and that says also something. And but I think still before the first game, everybody was looking at the game as like a 50-50, because they beat PSV Eindhoven. That was, I think, a very great result. Then they come in the Champions League, and then the expectation is very high again, also for them. But that's our world where we're in it. Everybody has an opinion about it, and we have to stay cool and to our own plan and our focus, and I think Gio is doing that fantastic here in this club. If you win, you want to win more, and everybody's then excited in the club. But we have to be also realistic. If you're in a pool then with Liverpool and Napoli also, and we were also in that pool. So first game, I think it was clear our game. Tomorrow it can be totally different game, but from our point of view, we have to be ready from the start because we know that we can expect something here.
Yeah. Just final question.
I take it your plan is tomorrow is to try and win the game. You're not trying to play for a draw. You've just
No.
come to win the game tomorrow night. That's the
Yeah.
intention.
We always try to win the game. Before the game, it's always like we go for the win, and I think normally most of the coaches has that, and we have that also.
Yeah. Anyone else for a final question?
Could I just have
Yeah.
one more? Sorry. Calvin, have you had any communication with your old teammates, both after the previous meeting between these two sides and ahead of tomorrow's match?
Of course, we're not just friends because of like football and on the pitch. We're friends, you know, because they're good guys, and I got along with them, and we had a lot in common. And yeah, of course we speak. We don't really speak about football that much because you know we've just got more. We've got other things to talk about. So yeah, we speak. I haven't spoke to them obviously leading up to this game, but it's normal. It's just like last game. So yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah. Thank you very much for being here.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot.